Hey guys, it's Angie, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. Please like this video. Stop what you're doing. Like this video. Subscribe. Share. If you'd like to make a donation to me, my PayPal information will always be in my description bar or in my comment section. Okay, PayPal and Cash App as well. Thank you to those who have been patient. Yes, I still make narcissistic videos, but you will see other kinds of spiritual videos, astrology videos now on my channel. If you want to unsubscribe, I understand. But I am very, how can I say this? I'm into all different kind of things. I'm not just into narcissism. So, I'm going to be doing some different things on my channel for 2019. I'm going to be touching base on a lot of different topics that can probably help you guys, and not just talking about narcissism, but things behind narcissism and our behaviors after the narcissistic abuse, and daddy issues and mommy issues, and insecurities and spiritualism. I want to talk about all these different things. So I hope when you see a change, you won't unsubscribe, but at the same time, if you do, I understand. Okay, so this video is going to be quick and brief. I just wanted to chime into you guys. I hope you are well, and I miss chatting with you. And maybe for New Year's I will do a live, okay? or like maybe like around Christmas time I'll do another live. But anyway, so I was quickly got this idea in my mind because of a narc I think I actually met. And yes, I still do attract narcs. I don't attract them as much as I did before. But when I put my boundaries, they normally disappear on a girl, okay? So anyway, I met a guy a few weeks ago. I was in Atlanta. I don't know if I said that in my last video, but I had a great time in Atlanta. I love Atlanta. If you're from Atlanta, comment below. I stayed in College Park, and then I was in, I think it's called Alston, Georgia. I'm not too sure. I think that's what it was called. But I have friends all over Atlanta, and I had a great time. But anyway, so I met this guy when I was in Atlanta 3 weeks ago, and he is the cousin to my friend's husband. So when I met him, I was like, wow, we clicked. The conversation was great. We exchanged numbers, and we have been talking ever since I left Atlanta. And I really didn't pick up too much from him, even though there was something in my spirit like red flag, red flag, red flag. But anyway, I thought he was cool, but he did seem too good to be true. You know those people that just always agrees with you? You can't trust that. And a lot of narcissists do that. They try to appear as like your knight in shining armor, or your, the girl who comes to save the day type of thing, the girl next door. And they give off this image that, they're what you've been waiting for your whole entire life, okay? And that was the image that he was giving to me. He was saying everything I wanted to hear or needed to hear. Like, oh, do you wanna get married one day? Do you want children one day? And oh, I want to buy you a plane ticket. Come see me, and just all these different things. And I'm in my head like, what? Because honestly, you have to understand, healthy way to do things is to take things slowly. And those of you who have dealt with narcissists, whether it's your family or if it's been lovers, you need to take things slowly. Do not rush into relationships. Take time to get to know people, especially if you attract narcissists. You need to take time. You need time to analyze people. But it didn't take me that long to analyze, to tell that this brother is a narcissist. So one of the red flags that I picked up on, and I noticed that narcissists in my past have done this, is these elaborate lies. They come up with these elaborate lies. And I'm sure you've had narcissists in your life who have lied their ass off. Okay, and it didn't even make sense. Sometimes the narcs' lies don't even make any damn sense. They're not even good lies. So I work for a retail company, and I'm not going to say which retail company I work for. And I get, like a discount for the store. So I told him about this, and I was like, oh, me being nice, I said, well, is there something that you may need? Because I'm having like a discount coming up, and it's going to be like 55%. So he said, oh, yeah, I do need some stuff. So he said, well, do you get discounts on Nike? I said, no, I don't get discounts on certain name brands, but if you need anything else, sure. So he said he wanted some home stuff. So I said, okay, cool. Go online, look for the stuff, and cash out me the money, and I'll purchase it. So the night that he was supposed to send me the money on Cash App, he says that somebody went into his Cash App, somebody hacked into his Cash App, took his banking information, and cleared out his whole account. So I'm in my head like, you just found out that your money is gone, and you use your money every single day to buy lunch at work and to buy gas and all kinds of things. The story just seemed weird to me. But I said, you know what? Maybe it's true. So that was one red flag. I kind of kept that story in the back of my head. The second red flag was, I said to him, listen, I'm 35 years old. If you want to get to know me, you have to call me. We have to talk on the phone. You got to understand, a lot of narcissists, yes, some of them are intelligent, and they've been watching people and observing others, and taking in conversation and information. So they have a lot in store. But there are some narcissists who are actually dumb as hell. They're really not that intelligent. So being on the phone, no, they would prefer to text. Okay, there are some narcissists who will prefer to text because they know that they cannot keep up with the conversation. And that's kind of the vibe that I got from this particular narcissist. And, he wasn't calling me. And then I remember, like, I called him. He didn't pick up, but then he would text me right away. Or when I call him, he'll say, oh, I'm sorry, I'm on the phone with my family, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. But if you have time to text, you have time to call me. So I said, listen, I don't get to know men through text message. We have to have phone conversation, especially being that I live in New York and you live in Atlanta. So he never called. And then he disappeared for 2 days, guys. He disappeared for 2 days. Yes, this is like typical F-boy, or someone who's not interested, or whatever the case is. But this is also signs of narcissism as well. As soon as I set down boundaries, which narcs hate boundaries. As soon as you put your foot down and you show that you have boundaries, you have rules and regulations, narcs, they fall back. And this is why it's very important for you to put up boundaries and to always have morals and values, so that way these people won't be able to get over on you. Okay, so then when he did finally contact me, guys, he said, I lost my phone. I just bought a new phone today. So he disappears over the weekend and then contacts me Monday and say, oh, I just bought a phone on my lunch break. How many elaborate stories am I going to need? And I've only known this guy for 3 weeks. And now when I thought back, I said, wow, other narcissistic men have done this to me as well. Okay. But back then I was like, okay, I believe you. And they stayed in my life for like months or years. So guys, please pay attention to these narcissists who come up with these elaborate stories, who basically disappear when you put up boundaries. When you have these rules and regulations, when you demand respect, watch how quickly these narcissists fade, okay? Don't believe every little thing that somebody tells you. Analyze them, see how you feel when you're around them. And it was just that thing in me, that intuition. No, you're not crazy. And that's the thing about it. Because you've been narcissistically abused all these years, you don't even believe in yourself. You don't even believe in your own intuition. Your intuition is there for a reason. That's why God built it in you. And it's for you to use it. red flag, something's not right here. You know, another thing that he did that gave me an indication that he could be a narcissist, it was just like these random sexual outbursts, okay? Like the somatic narc. And you could be talking about grapes, and all of a sudden he's like, I like to go down on women. And I'm just like, what? Huh? And I would just pretend like that went over my head. I acted like I didn't even see that text message from him. And to me, that's another indication of narcissism, or just a freaking pervert. Okay, that's not okay. I know today a lot of us young folks, we like to be dirty and be nasty or whatever the case. Yeah, that's cool if you and that individual is on the same level. Y'all just want each other for sex. But if you're having an intellectual conversation, supposed to be having an intellectual conversation with someone, and they just randomly are perverted and saying they like oral sex, and you're talking about grapes, that's a red flag right there. Okay, pay attention to these behaviors. These behaviors are not okay, and this is what narcissists do. They like to make you feel uncomfortable. They like to talk about sex. They like to talk about body fluids and all this disgusting stuff. Just these somatic narcs, okay? They like to make you feel uncomfortable, flirting with you in public or in front of certain people to make you feel uncomfortable. They like to give you feelings of embarrassment and shame and discomfort. Those are not normal behaviors. Nobody should be talking to you in a sexual manner that you don't want to be spoken to in that way. No one should make you feel uncomfortable or embarrassment. I had a narcissistic relative do that. It was a woman. Like, I would hug her and she'd say, oh, you're hugging me too long. You like me? Oh, you want to feel on my titties or my butt or something? That's disgusting. That's typical narc shit. Okay? So pay attention to these people in their pay attention to people with their elaborate stories, their elaborate lies. The lies aren't matching up. And another thing is, like, these narcs, they lie to you, but there's really no way for you to kind of find out. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they do things. They do things in a way that you probably can't investigate. But feeling that intuition inside of you, and your intuition is not lying to you. Okay? So I know this was a short video. Thanks, guys, for hanging in there with me. Hopefully this information was useful to you. Okay. Peace and blessings. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Mwah.